will, is the mag switch off before you go doing anything. Yeah? Give me a holler, we'll come unscrew it from the wall.
Yeah, I figure I bring a set of real nice brake heads and some ground rotors that happen to be our set.
That was a cough out the plugs back here. Heaved out the plugs back here a little bit. When it backfired.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, we got some. What's this coming out from underneath the gasket?
But it just needs work.
Oh, excuse me. I thought
You're good. That's all. No biggie.
It's good. It just needs work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where have I heard that before?
It seep out. It needs to be retorqued.
Did it run out of fuel?
No.
It's got to be looked at.
Looks like about half. Hey. I was practicing this morning. Huh? I was practicing this morning. Got up 5 to go to the town.
Oh, good.
Now all I got to do is get up another 10 minutes.
Yeah,
An hour and a half earlier than that. And we're fine. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's different.
Really, really good. A couple seconds I can carry it.
Here again one of these days? Yeah.
pop to it though, huh?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Really
loud.
like
Yeah.
high pitched, it's sharp.
Small hitters.
Yeah, it's awesome. There's
Sure.
a picture of it.
Take a little pump every now and then.
It's loud.
Yeah.
It'll be loud.
As close as I can figure.
Gary will blow some hats off.
They said that,
Yeah, you don't want to park
Just at the right angle.
because he used to go by over to them and do a lot of their tin stuff. Yeah.
Village is just south of Peterson on Fairfax.
Oh, the
Get in there and help unless you want to do it yourself.
I'd rather do it myself, that way I know.
A 1950s.
How much time do you think it's going to take?
Is it part of Melrose? Or you ever been Melrose?
It is what it is. So.
Well, evidently, obviously you've seen the film. We got it fired up for the first time around. Mike here is taking a look at the valve train. We're going to, I guess he's going to retorque the head a little bit and reset the valves. And if Bill will be kind enough to take a shot over there at the valves, you can see that these are a real nice one-off set of T&D rockers. Let Fred tell you a little bit about those. He knows more about them than I do, but let me pass his mic over to Fred.
The rockers were done by Larry Torres, who owns T&D. When I called him up and told him about it, he goes, "You're going to build a what?" And I told him that basically we wanted something that would not fail. And he said, "Okay, I'll take the standard set that I do, and instead of aluminum, we'll make them out of steel."
Yeah.
So it's got a set of rockers on it that are hopefully quite bulletproof.
Very good.
The whole engine just has come out just so amazingly terrific. It is just everything about it. It's got the best parts that we could possibly put into the thing. The car is just unbelievable. I mean, I just am so happy with the way everything came out. Steve and Rico are constantly working on the car, and they just mothered the thing to death. We just really, really are proud of the way this car is coming out.
Now,
And
the parts that were extremely hard to get.
the car hinged on this front cover up here, which is a Mickey Thompson. I have heard numbers of 25 that were made. It allows the magneto to go beside the, rather than through the manifold up on top, which would interfere with the blower. Right. We looked for a long time, and then finally Steve's father, Ron, found this one on the ham, and the only reason we probably own it is because the ear had been cut off of it, one of the block-offs for the water. We then had that repaired, and at that point we were on our way. We had the hardest part. It just, the pieces fell together. There were so many hard parts to find, and it just seemed like they were finding us. It was like this car wanted to come back.
Yeah,
because
that's right.
There were so many parts that we were thoroughly convinced we'd never be able to find, and then all of a sudden they'd pop up. So it was just this
Guys,
became
go on ahead.
this became almost an obsession with the four of us right here. I mean, it just got to the
right, guys,
point
just
where this car was gonna get done.
Right.
It was flat gonna get done. Steve and Rico were the ones that were on it the most. I lived about 70 miles away or so, so it was a lot of telephone calls and photos and this type of thing. And Steve works at Donovan, as I do, so we were dragging in parts. And as I said, Kathy Donovan turned a loving blind eye to the whole scenario. We thought we were doing real good of doing G-jobbing around the shop. She never let on, but I'm sure she knows that what we were doing. But it was, she'd periodically ask us, "How's the car coming?" You know, type of thing. Right. And it's just, I mean, I'm so proud of this thing right now, I could just explode. So it's. Let me pass this over to Rico
Yeah.
and then to Steve, and they can put in.
Yeah, guys, come
their
on.
2 cents
Give us some
on it.
conversation and
Oh, okay.
just what you thought. What,
So,
your thoughts
well,
on
my thoughts. I'm kind of at a loss for words because it's been a couple years putting it all together. I mean, me and Steve been searching out parts, doing a bunch of stuff, but it's been pretty crazy. I mean, after putting something together like this, you know, a part of history, it's really hard to say. Or I really can't put it in words. We're happy for Gary because he's still around to enjoy it.
I mean,
And
I'm sure you had an uphill battle to get to this point.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and there were trials
definitely.
and tribulations, just like in any situation.
Oh, yeah.
And money going out and everything else.
Oh, yeah, money. Yeah, I sold I had a 29 or 30 Roadster that I sold
Yeah.
to pay for this,
Right.
but it was definitely well worth the
But
sacrifice.
it's kind of like a roller coaster that's gone to the top and now it's starting
Yeah.
down. You guys are going to have a ride that
Yeah.
you'll love.
That's right.
I swear.
It's been a good ride, and all the people we've met,
Right.
and everybody, you know, just like you and
Young and old.
Yep,
You're-
it's been really cool.
You're
And
providing a lot of
a
entertainment.
lot
for
of
young
guys
and
are
old.
excited to see it. A lot of Ford guys are excited to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time. Yeah,
that's
So,
guys.
I'm going to pass it off to Steve. If you
Yeah.
got anything to say?
Yeah,
What do you think?
Well, like I said, one of the biggest things on this deal was obviously we're so happy to find it. This chassis would have probably been cut up if we wouldn't have bought it about a week or so later. He was going to cut it up and throw it away. He was just trying to sell the body as its own
Oh
entity.
my God, that's so close.
And so basically saved it from becoming into the scrap pile.
And where was it exactly?
Out in Palmdale Lane in the desert. He had next to his house was another 5-acre field.
Yeah.
And it was just sitting in the dirt, just the chassis only. And so we feel like you could almost hear the car saying thank you when we picked it up because it was almost to the point where it's going to go in the dumpster.
Beautiful.
And so the whole thing was just a journey of becoming, meeting you, Bill, and with Frank, and obviously I've known Mike for quite a few years
Yeah.
working at Donovan's, but just a closer relationship with him, and
Right.
just makes everything worthwhile. The car is it's become such a family member to all of us. It's kept all of us going, and for my dad and Fred, it's kind of the project all of us
reason to
got
hang
together.
around in a
Yeah,
way. It
reason to
sounds
keep
funny,
going.
but
Yeah,
it does keep
yeah,
us
it keeps
going,
it going.
keeps the older guys going.
Yeah, and so do this, and we've always wanted to have a nitro car, and so now this just allowed us to be able to get one of our dreams in life was to have a car and to have such a car that meant so much to Gary and such a neat guy with him and Marie. That just meant everything to us. So
Gary did say it was his favorite car.
yeah, he did say it was his favorite
He
car.
told me that in 1990 when
Yeah.
I picked up his last Chrysler out of his garage. It's like the car
Yeah.
I'd really like to have back is the Roadster.
Yeah.
That was in 1990,
Yeah.
so he's telling the truth.
Yeah, and this was the only car that he didn't know where it was out of all of his old cars. He knew exactly who had them and where they were, and he looked for 10 years or more, 20 years looking for this car. Never could find it, and just happened to luck up that eBay ad for the body ended up trailing it and tracking it down. So that just became such a big thing for us, and we're just so excited to be able to go hang out and do all the cackle fests and hang out with all you guys and be friends. So
Yes, we will be.
it's a good time. Yeah,
Thank you, guys.
Exactly.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Appreciate it
Bill.
very much.
Yeah, thanks, Bill.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway, looking for adventure. And whatever